Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever wondered why some people keep moving forward no matter how many times they fall? What separates the unstoppable from the easily broken is not talent, luck, or resources. It's willpower, that inner force that whispers, "Try one more time," when everything inside you screams, "Give up." Willpower is not something you're born with, it's something you build. Like a muscle, it gets stronger with training, discipline, and consistency. It's the invisible fire that fuels resilience, turns habits into transformation, and dreams into reality. But in today's world, flowing with distractions, shortcuts, and instant gratification, cultivating unstoppable willpower is rare. Yet, it is the ultimate superpower anyone can develop. You don't need to wait for motivation. You don't need perfect conditions. You only need the courage to show up for yourself every day. Let's talk about how you can cultivate unstoppable willpower that pushes through pain, fear, and failure, and transforms your life. Willpower doesn't begin with action, it begins with intention. If your why is weak, your willpower will be too. But when your reason is powerful, deep, emotional, and personal, it becomes the fire that keeps burning even when everything else fades. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? Why does it matter to me on a soul level? Not just a surface reason like I want to lose weight or I want to make more money. Those are outcomes. Go deeper. Maybe you want to lose weight because you saw a family member suffer from health issues and you want to be around for your children. Maybe you want to succeed financially because you've tasted poverty and vowed never to let your family experience it again. That's your real why. That's what you hold on to when your muscles ache, when your mind screams for comfort, and when your path seems impossible. The clearer your why, the stronger your resilience. It becomes your anchor during the storms, your compass when you're lost, and your inner voice that says, "This pain is worth it." Take the time to write it down. Don't just think it, feel it. Let it move you. Put it where you can see it every day. On your wall, your mirror, your phone screen. Your why should shake you awake every morning and put fire in your blood. Willpower isn't magic, it's emotion in motion. And that emotion must come from a place so real, so personal, that quitting no longer feels like an option. One of the biggest myths people believe is that they need to feel motivated to take action. That's a lie. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes like the wind. It's easy to act when you feel excited, inspired, or emotionally charged. But what happens when the emotion fades? What happens when life gets heavy and the energy isn't there? That's where self-discipline steps in. Discipline is the muscle you build when you choose to follow through regardless of how you feel. It's waking up early even when you didn't sleep well. It's going to the gym even when your body is sore. It's writing the page, making the call, doing the hard thing, even when your mind screams for comfort. Willpower grows every time you choose discipline over excuses. Self-discipline is not about being hard on yourself. It's about being committed to your highest self, your future self, the version of you who already lives the life you dream about. That version of you doesn't wait for motivation. They act because they know consistency wins. They act because the goal is bigger than the mood of the moment. You need a routine. Structure your day in a way that supports your purpose. Set time blocks. Eliminate distractions. Decide in advance what your priorities are. And then honor them like non-negotiable appointments with your destiny. Your discipline is your superpower. You don't need to feel ready. You need to be willing. Willing to do it tired. Willing to do it bored. Willing to do it unmotivated. Because every time you do, you're telling your brain, "I'm in control now." And the more you act with discipline, the more motivation begins to follow, not the other way around. Willpower is not a gift, it's a skill, and like any skill, it must be trained. Every single day offers you opportunities to either strengthen your self-control or surrender to short-term comfort, The choice is always yours. Think of your willpower like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. But if you neglect it, if you always choose ease over effort, it weakens. The problem is, most people only try to use willpower when they're facing big decisions, like resisting a temptation, sticking to a major goal, or pushing through a challenge. But by then, it's already too late unless you've trained it in the small, daily moments that seem insignificant. Here's the truth. Greatness is built in the details. Want to build unstoppable willpower? Start with the micro moments. Wake up at the time you said you would, even when you don't feel like it. Make your bed even when no one will see it. Say no to that second helping of junk food, not because you can't have it, but because you're practicing control. Take a cold shower not for comfort, but for the discipline. Put your phone down and focus, even when distractions scream for your attention. These tiny acts of discipline might feel small, but they are not. Every time you win one of these battles, you're not just training your willpower. You're rewriting your identity. You're telling yourself, I'm someone who follows through. And that identity becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Don't wait for some dramatic challenge to test your strength. Build it before the storm comes, daily, repeatedly, relentlessly, because when the real test arrives, and it will, it won't be the big speech, the vision board, or the motivational quote that saves you. It'll be the thousands of tiny decisions you made in private. That's what makes willpower unbreakable. One of the greatest indicators of future success is the ability to delay gratification, to resist the temptation of immediate pleasure in order to achieve something greater in the future. Look around and you'll see a world addicted to now. Fast food, fast money, instant likes, one-click shopping. Our brains have been conditioned to crave the shortcut, the easy way, the reward without the struggle. But true transformation, real, lasting, meaningful growth, comes to those who are willing to wait, to sacrifice, and to earn. Delaying gratification is not about deprivation. It's about choosing legacy over laziness, discipline over dopamine, and purpose over pleasure. Every time you resist the easy option, you're not losing anything. You're gaining strength. You're saying to yourself, I am not ruled by cravings. I can choose what serves me long term. I trust that the future I'm building is worth more than a moment of comfort. Think of the most powerful achievements in life: building a business, transforming your health, mastering a craft, raising a strong family. None of these come with overnight rewards. They require you to put in the work today for a result that might take months or even years to materialize. That's where willpower thrives, in the pause between impulse and action. That pause, that moment where you feel the urge to give in and instead you choose to hold on, is where your character is built. Start practicing now. Wait 10 minutes before checking your phone when you feel bored. Save money instead of spending it on something you don't truly need. Walk past the sugar, the screen, the scroll, and remind yourself that your future deserves better than your current weakness. The person who can delay gratification is the person who can control their destiny. Because in a world that demands fast, being willing to go slow is not a weakness. It's your greatest power. Your willpower doesn't operate in a vacuum. No matter how mentally strong you think you are, your environment either fuels your discipline or quietly destroys it. We often assume that willpower is entirely internal, but the truth is, your surroundings play a massive role in shaping your behavior. Your phone's notifications, the food in your fridge, the friends you hang out with, the content you consume, all of it either strengthens your resolve or chips away at it. If you constantly surround yourself with distractions, temptations, or people who don't share your values, even the strongest willpower will eventually bend. But if you design your environment intentionally, it becomes your greatest ally. Start by removing the triggers that sabotage your focus. If your goal is to eat healthy, don't keep junk food in the house and then expect willpower to save you at midnight. If you want to be more productive, don't work in a room where the TV is playing or your phone is buzzing with every notification. If you want to grow, stop spending time with people who laugh at your ambition or pull you back into the comfort zone you're trying to escape. Instead, surround yourself with accountability. Put visual reminders of your goals in your space. Work in clean, focused environments. Follow people online who inspire discipline and cut out the noise that glorifies laziness and distraction. Choose friends who push you higher, who challenge your excuses, who celebrate growth, not comfort. Willpower becomes easier when your environment is aligned with your mission. When everything around you speaks the same message, stay focused, stay disciplined, stay hungry. You don't have to fight against your surroundings, you move with them. The strongest people aren't just disciplined. They are smart about where they place themselves. They don't leave their success to chance. They design it starting with the world they wake up in every day. Setbacks are not the enemy. They are the raw material of greatness. Every fall, every rejection, every painful moment of failure is a gift, if you're willing to look deeper. It's not about what happens to you. It's about what you do with it. Too often, people treat setbacks as the end of the road. One failure and they give up. One rejection and they stop trying. One moment of weakness and they label themselves not good enough. But what they don't realize is this. Every champion you admire has failed more times than most people have tried. Willpower is not forged in comfort. It's built in adversity. You don't build strength by winning all the time. You build it by losing, learning, adapting, and coming back smarter, harder, and hungrier. Every setback holds a lesson, and the moment you shift your mindset from "why is this happening to me?" to "what is this teaching me?" everything changes. Use setbacks as feedback, not as final judgment. Ask yourself, what went wrong, and why? What can I control next time? What belief do I need to upgrade? How can I turn this pain into power? And most importantly, how can I use this moment to fuel my comeback? Remember, pain is a teacher, not a punishment. If you let it, it will sculpt your character, sharpen your focus, and deepen your drive. Your story becomes powerful not in the parts where everything went right, but in the moments you got knocked down and still chose to rise. Because every time life says no, you have a choice. You can take it personally and shrink, or you can take it as a challenge and grow. The willpower you're trying to build, it lives in those moments. Not in your victories, but in your response to defeat. Use setbacks. Don't run from them. Don't fear them. Fuel yourself with them. Before you can achieve anything in life, you have to see it in your mind. Visualization isn't some soft, motivational fluff, it's a weapon of the focused. Athletes use it, leaders use it, warriors of all kinds use it, because your brain doesn't fully distinguish between a vividly imagined event and a real one. What you repeatedly see in your mind, your body starts preparing for in reality. If you want to cultivate unstoppable willpower, you must condition your mind every single day to focus on victory. Not excuses, not fear, not what-ifs. Close your eyes each morning, or each night, and imagine yourself pushing through challenges. Picture yourself waking up early, choosing discipline, working when it's hard, staying committed when it's boring. Feel the struggle, but also feel the triumph. Feel what it's like to win, to transform, to become the version of yourself who does not quit. This practice wires your brain to expect effort and to rise through it. Visualize yourself saying no to distractions. See yourself walking past comfort. Imagine the smile on your face when you cross that finish line, when you achieve what others thought was impossible. The more you rehearse success in your mind, the less space you give to fear and doubt. You begin to embody the mindset of someone who is already strong, already disciplined, already achieving. And when life throws challenges at you, and it will, you won't freeze. You'll remember the movie you've already seen 1,000 times in your head, and you'll act. Visualization sharpens clarity, it awakens desire, it strengthens belief, and belief fuels willpower. So do it daily. Don't just react to life. Prepare for it. Make your mind a training ground for the greatness you're building. Because once you've seen yourself win in your head, again and again, you'll fight for it with everything you've got.